Yo, what's good, fight fans? Welcome back to Ring Ruler, the home of the hottest boxing breakdowns on YouTube. On July 12, 2025, the boxing world was lit up with an absolute masterclass at Louis Armstrong Stadium in Queens, New York. Shakur Stevenson, the slick southpaw from Newark, New Jersey, stepped into the ring to defend his WBC lightweight title against the relentless Mexican warrior, William Zepeda. This wasn't just a fight, it was a clash of styles, a battle of wills, and a showcase of pure boxing brilliance. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button, smash the like, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of our fire content on Ring Ruler. Let's dive into the full highlights of Shakur Stevenson outclassing William Zepeda. In this matchroom boxing spectacle, picture this. Louis Armstrong Stadium is buzzing. The crowd's energy is electric, and the stakes couldn't be higher. Shakur Stevenson, with a perfect 24-0 record, is a 3-division world champion and an Olympic silver medalist. He's got that slick, defensive style. Think Floyd Mayweather with a modern twist. His jab is like a laser, his footwork is poetry, but some fans and critics have called him out, saying he's too cautious, too focused on not getting hit rather than putting on a show. Tonight, Shakur had something to prove. On the other side, William Zepeda, 33-1, is a human buzzsaw. This guy throws punches like he's trying to break a world record, averaging nearly 94 punches around. His relentless pressure and high-volume attack made him a dangerous challenger. Could Shakur's finesse handle Zepeda's ferocity? Let's break it down. Round 1 kicked off with Zepeda charging out like a freight train. He's known for overwhelming opponents early, and he tried to set that tone right away, stalking Shakur and throwing heavy combinations, but Shakur was ready. His footwork was on point, slipping and sliding out of danger, popping that crisp jab to keep Zepeda at bay. You could see Zepeda's frustration building. He was swinging for the fences, but Shakur was a ghost, making him miss by inches. The crowd was already hyped, chanting, "Shakur, Shakur," as he landed a slick counter left hand that snapped Zepeda's head back. It was clear from the opening bell that Shakur's game plan was to outbox, not outbrawl, and he was executing it perfectly. By round 2, Zepeda adjusted, trying to cut off the ring and trap Shakur against the ropes. He landed a few solid body shots, and you could hear the thuds echoing through the arena, but Shakur's defense was next level. He'd lean back, roll his shoulders, and make Zepeda's punches look like they were moving in slow motion. Then, boom, Shakur would fire back with a quick 1-2, catching Zepeda off guard. The commentators were eating it up, calling Shakur's movement a masterclass in defensive boxing. On Ring Ruler, we love breaking down these technical details. So if you're loving this analysis, drop a comment below and let us know what you thought of Shakur's performance so far. Round 3 was where things got spicy. Zepeda, knowing he couldn't just outwork Shakur, started taking risks. He landed a hard right hand that rocked Shakur's head back, and for a moment, the crowd thought we might see an upset. Zepeda smelled blood and unleashed a flurry, pushing Shakur to the ropes. But here's where Shakur showed why he's one of the best in the game. He stayed calm, used his elbows to block, and pivoted out of danger. Then, like a magician, he landed a vicious counter uppercut that had Zepeda stumbling. The crowd erupted, and social media was buzzing. Check out our Ring Ruler X page for the wild fan reactions to that moment. Shakur wasn't just surviving, he was schooling Zepeda, making him pay for every aggressive move. As we moved into the middle rounds, Shakur started to take over. Rounds 4 and 5 were pure boxing clinics. He was landing 3 punches for every one of Zepeda's, mixing up his combinations: jab to the head, hook to the body, then a step-back counter. Zepeda's face was starting to show the wear and tear, with redness around his eyes from Shakur's pinpoint accuracy. The stats were telling the story. Shakur was landing 48% of his power punches, while Zepeda was struggling to connect at just 22%. On Ring Ruler, we're all about the numbers, so let's give a shout out to CompuBox for those crazy stats. Zepeda was still throwing a ton of punches, but most were hitting air or Shakur's gloves. It was like watching a matador tame a bull. By round 6, Zepeda's corner was getting desperate. They were yelling at him to go for broke, but Shakur was in full control. He started showboating a little, dropping his hands, taunting Zepeda with a smile. Some fans love that swagger, others think it's cocky. What do you think? Drop it in the comments and let's debate it on Ring Ruler. One thing's for sure, Shakur was backing up the showboating with skill. He landed a beautiful double jab followed by a straight left that sent Zepeda's mouthpiece flying. The ref paused the action to replace it, and you could see Zepeda's frustration. He was getting outclassed, and he knew it. Round 7 was a turning point. Zepeda came out swinging, trying to turn the fight into a brawl. He landed a couple of heavy shots to Shakur's body, but Shakur absorbed them and fired back with a nasty check hook that spun Zepeda around. The crowd was on its feet, and the energy in the stadium was unreal. Shakur was starting to open up, landing combinations that had Zepeda wincing. A quick 1-2 to the head, followed by a body shot, had Zepeda backing up for the first time. Ring Ruler, we called this the Shakur Showtime moment. Make sure to follow us on X for more iconic fight clips like that one. As we hit the championship rounds, Shakur was in a different league. Rounds 9 and 10 were all about his ring generalship. He was controlling the pace, dictating the distance, and making Zepeda look like an amateur at times. Zepeda was still dangerous, throwing wild hooks, but Shakur's footwork was too slick. He'd dance out of range, then dart back in with a stinging counter. The crowd was eating it up, and you could hear chants of USA, USA, echoing through the arena. Shakur was putting on a performance for the ages, proving why he's one of the pound-for-pound best. Round 11 was where Shakur nearly ended it. He caught Zepeda with a brutal left hand that buckled his knees. Zepeda stayed upright, but his legs were wobbly, and the ref was watching closely. Shakur didn't rush in for the knockout. He stayed composed, picking his shots, landing clean punches to Zepeda's head and body. It was like watching an artist paint a masterpiece. Zepeda's heart was undeniable, but he was running out of gas and answers. If you're enjoying this breakdown, make sure to share this video with your fight crew and subscribe to Ring Ruler for more content like this. The final round, round 12, was Shakur's victory lap. He knew he had the fight in the bag, but he didn't coast. He kept the pressure on, landing a flurry of punches that had Zepeda covering up. With seconds left, Shakur landed a picture-perfect combination of jab, cross, and uppercut that sent the crowd into a frenzy. The bell rang, and both fighters raised their hands, but everyone in the arena knew who won. Shakur Stevenson had just delivered a performance that shut up all the doubters. The judges' scorecards confirmed it, a unanimous decision for Shakur Stevenson, 120-108, 119-109, and 118-110. The stats were staggering. Shakur landed 215 punches to Zepeda's 112, with a 52% connect rate on his jabs. Zepeda threw over 1,000 punches but landed less than 20% of them. It was a masterclass in every sense of the word. Shakur didn't just win, he outclassed a dangerous opponent and made it look easy. Post-fight, Shakur grabbed the mic and called out the haters. "Y'all said I was boring. How's that for a show?" The crowd roared, and social media exploded. Check out Ring Ruler on X for the best reactions from fans and fighters alike. Zepeda was gracious in defeat, giving props to Shakur's skill but vowing to come back stronger. What's next for these two? Will Shakur move up to 140 pounds to chase bigger fights? Could Zepeda regroup and make another run at the title? Let's talk about it in the comments. Before we wrap up, let's take a moment to appreciate what we just witnessed. Shakur Stevenson proved he's not just a defensive wizard, he's a complete fighter who can dominate while entertaining. If you loved this breakdown, give this video a big thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe to Ring Ruler for more fireboxing content. We've got breakdowns, predictions, and exclusive fight clips coming your way every week. Also, hit up our Ring Ruler merch store link in the description to grab some dope gear and rep the channel. And here's the deal, stick around to the end of this video because we've got a special surprise. We're dropping an exclusive clip from Shakur's post-fight press conference where he calls out a massive name for his next fight. You don't want to miss it. Plus, if you comment your prediction for Shakur's next opponent, we'll pin the best one and give you a shout out in our next video. So, drop those predictions below, hit that subscribe button, and let's keep the boxing convo going strong on Ring Ruler. Until next time, fight fans, stay legendary.